Welcome to a new video. Anyone who has at home a dog, cat, or any kind of pet knows the important role that the animal plays in the family, but surely does not know that the relationship of humans with animals played a determining role even in the very evolution of the species, and that our empathy and our language would not be the same without them. Yes, just as you hear it, the animal for the human being means a positive point for his life, since they generate thousands of benefits to our health. So the love that a person can feel for a dog, a cat, a hamster, a kitten, a snake, or even a horse is simply beautiful. In short, the question of the day is, can animals feel the same for us humans? Do you want to find out? You won't regret it. Perfect. I love that curious attitude. And without further ado, let's get started. This is Frank Kidd, a man who at 80 years of age dedicated nearly 65 years of his life to raising and caring for horses, his true passion. When Frank was living his last days of life, he spent it hospitalized in Bodmin Community Hospital in Cornwall, UK. It had become his only environment, due to a cancer diagnosis that had left him too frail to return to work with his horses. Frank's sadness was evident. His hobby, the trade to which he had dedicated so many years of his life and so much love, was no longer available to him, as Frank's situation was very critical. When Frank had remnants of his strength left, he expressed his desire to visit the stables where he had worked for so long. To see his animals one last time, the nurses at the hospital, moved by this man's last wishes, decided they had to do something, and what they did left everyone present dry-eyed. The day came. Mork, a thoroughbred that Frank had bred for 5 years, came to the Bodmin Community Facility to say goodbye to his breeder for the last time. The meeting came about thanks to the nurse's close collaboration with Frank's son, Tim, 51, as the Daily Mail reports. They had been listening to Frank talk about his passion for horses and his desire to be well enough to visit Mork soon, said Tim, adding, when he started to deteriorate to the point where he wouldn't be able to leave the hospital, the nurses arranged it, the whole thing. The meeting was exciting and overwhelming, in the words of the nurse commented, Samantha Russell, and took place in the hospital courtyard where Frank was taken in his bed to meet his thoroughbred. The animal approached very carefully as if they knew what was happening, and later gently sniffed him, while Frank stroked his horse with the little strength he had left. At the moment of saying goodbye, neither wanted to walk away from the other. It was a moment that many of us would have thought that only happens in the movies. It was a beautiful Friday. Everyone was crying, but it was still a beautiful day. When Monday arrived, Frank passed away. His family can only find words of gratitude to the hospital where he spent his last days, and for the gesture they had of allowing him to meet with what was not his favorite animal, but his best friend. That's insane, don't you think? The reunion was a beautiful gesture and clear evidence that human and animal can create a very strong bond. Very nice. A story similar to that happened in 2017. After sharing 8 years of companionship and friendship, this horse was left without his faithful owner and shook the funeral attendees as they cried in front of the coffin as a symbol of the final farewell. Yes, maybe it sounds not very believable, but listen. Buckner de Lima Alfredo, then 34 years old, was involved in an accident on his motorcycle in Paraíba in northern Brazil, an event that unfortunately cost him his life. Among the family and friends who mourned his death was Sereno, his faithful steed that accompanied him every day to control the livestock on his farm. Sereno and Buckner had shared valuable moments over 8 years, but one sad day Sereno did not see his owner again. The horse, lost in uncertainty, began to show his anguish, so much so that Buckner's brother Bando de Lima took him to the funeral. In the video that has gone viral, the attendees are moved when the horse begins to neigh next to the coffin. The white-colored hair could not contain the sadness after the loss of its owner. Incredible and sad, right? Very well. We already evidence that animals can feel much love to humans if they are well treated, or well, at least so are the horses. A similar and really beautiful video is this one, spread through TikTok and recorded in a field in the Netherlands. A video with a horse as the protagonist moved to tears the millions of users who had the chance to watch it. Iris and Shane are 2 young people who work in a field of the aforementioned European country, and their tasks are mainly focused on the care of the horses of the place. Months ago, they had received the happy news that one of the mares had given birth. However, little time was the time that the offspring was alive, since she died due to health problems. This situation reached their ears that in another field the mother of a foal had died, and that the little Aquino was weak and needed a mother urgently. And what did you think they did? They quickly arranged for the foal to become the new adopted son of Siri, the mare who had lost her son. Upon arrival, they filmed the whole process of meeting and getting to know each other. To the surprise of many, the mare immediately accepted the foal and treats it as if it were her own baby. It should be noted that this behavior is not common in almost any type of animal. In the cute video, which has already accumulated more than 8 million views, you can see how the new mother caresses and cuddles the little horse.